Hi everybody, this is Bob Wehrman. Welcome to the Walking Man website. I'm here because I've written Walking Man, which is the biography of the man who walked through time, Colin Fletcher. Not long ago, I completed a solo trek across the Mojave Desert. I began here at the Colorado River and walked hundreds of miles to the eastern escarpment of the Sierras. It was a great trip, worthy of Fletcher himself. Now, many people have said, "We know you're a backpacker, but why would you do something like that, Bob?" Well, as you can see, the desert is a supremely beautiful place. Out here you feel the silence. It's so profound that the whole place appears to sink beneath it. It's a land so far from the material world that it seems timeless. So I decided to walk across the Mojave to see what was out there. Although they don't know it, even today, Colin Fletcher's books are the reason most people go on long treks. He's been called the Pied Piper of hikers and the father of modern backpacking, and through his writings he single-handedly ignited the hiking boom which began in the 1960s, and these days it's stronger than ever. He also helped to get the environmental movement underway. It all began when he decided to walk the length of California back in 1958. This was long before the term thru hiker existed. Not very many people were doing this sort of thing in those days. Fletcher walked the Pacific Crest alone more than half a century ago. A section of the PCT runs through this part of the Sierras, and today anyone who walks along it is following his shadow. A couple of years later, he became the first person to walk the length of Grand Canyon National Park in one arduous solo trek. The books these two epic treks generated catapulted him to stardom. He achieved another first when he traveled the length of the Colorado River in a continuous 1,700-mile journey from its source in Wyoming all the way to the Sea of Cortez. He was 69 years old at that time. Fletcher thought of himself as a writing walker, not a walker who writes. He saw a great distinction between these two. "Hell," he said, "I don't backpack any better than the next fellow. I just write about it better." Well, these writings have inspired many famous long-distance walkers to strap on a pack and take off. Those of you dreaming of any long walking adventure would do well to read Walking Man and The Complete Walkers 3 or 4 and California Serendipity by Andreas Kors and Chris Townsend's books. It was Fletcher who originally came up with the idea of contemplative walking. He said, "It's not the walking itself, it's what walking puts you in touch with." I wrote Walking Man because it's a fascinating, untold tale. More importantly, Fletcher's legacy is fading rapidly at a time when, more than ever, we need to heed his advice and increase our vigilance against the despoilers who would rain havoc down on the place simply to make a buck. Because of his fame, he became a recluse, so very little is known about him. He lived his custom-designed life in some of the most beautiful places in the world. In Walking Man, we go with Colin on all of his journeys, the famous ones as well as those his fans never heard about. You're with him on the beachhead at Normandy on D-Day. You're there as he buries treasures of gold, silver, and jewels, some of which remain to be discovered. We share his loves and his losses and join his struggle to make it as a writer, and we learn of his plans to survive after the fall of our society. None of this is mentioned in any of his books. You'll learn how this Welshman became an iconic American folk hero dedicated to finding the meaning of life on Earth. He was resolved to protect the planet from human abuse, and you'll find his story captivating. So next time you go hiking or even slip on a backpack to carry your books to school, you'll know whom to thank. Now, it's my hope that the story of Colin's life will inspire new hikers, along with those who already experience the joys of wilderness travel. And maybe it will kindle your awareness of the need to protect the planet. Perhaps Walking Man will get you out into the green world to see what might be your own place in the cosmos. Thanks for watching, and I sure hope you enjoy the book.